Last year, one team was high on a victory. The other team was bitter with defeat.
Brad, stop it! I'll give you one to the lead.
This is gonna be the winning move right here.
But look at this, Gary Garlington, he's up there. What's gonna happen off 2 and 4 though? Mom, get the camera, photo finish is gonna happen. Here they come.
Go, guys.
It's gonna be Gary Garlington. And a 4-wide photo finish.
This year, will the NOFSRL get sweet redemption, or will the NRLOA strike again?
Hey, yo, here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gon' stop. We gon' turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, yo, tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call. Hey, yo, here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gon' stop. We gon' turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, yo, tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call.
This is the rematch. Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is the 2017 NOFSRL versus NRLOA battle. We are back here at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway for 42 laps of action, and these two NR 2003 leagues are going to be battling it once again. The NRLOA, the defending champions, the NOFSRL looking to get redemption from last year. I'm joined in the booth with Marty Johnson, and of course, you're the president of the NOFSRL. How do you think you guys are going to handle this race here tonight?
Well, first of all, let me just say it is a huge honor to finally be commentating a race with you, good sir.
Thank you very much.
Second of all, I think you're going to expect big motivation coming from the NOFSRL. We were leading coming to either 2 to go or the last lap. I forgot what it was. And then Cameron Garlington led you guys to a big victory in a close series. I wanted to do it again, so we're doing it again.
Yep, I think we should do it every year. A great event here at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway Black Friday night. Cameron Garlington is the defending champion of this race. He starts 6th in the number 1. And the way the system is this year is the opposite that it was last year. Whoever wins the race will get 41 points towards their team. Whoever is second will get 39, third will get 38, and so on. And whoever has the most points wins the battle. Of course, there'll be an individual winner and a team winner, so a lot at stake for these team drivers and for the individual drivers as well, looking to get a win here at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway. Colin Denton is our pit reporter. How are the strategies going to play out on the pit lane for both of these teams here tonight?
Well, we're going to see a lot of different strategies here. Caleb Hoffman is our in-race reporter for today's race. He has told me that he plans to go and short pit in this one, so we'll see how that works out for him. On the NFSRL side, we got Tristan Allen leading the points standings in the DirecTV Fall Series, and we'll probably see some standard stuff from him. And this it will all come down to, will these teams work together? Hopefully we'll see them all pit in a group, just like we saw the Fords at Talladega earlier this year, all pitting in one group, short pitting it. So hopefully we'll see all these guys come together and work together and see who will come out on top. The NRLOA came out with a narrow 17-point victory last year. We'll see if they can repeat.
Yes, and it's definitely going to be interesting on the pit lane. Yesterday morning in the Thanksgiving 500, we had a crash coming into the pit lane with a couple drivers. A very hard pit lane to get into. That is going to be a very big thing for this race. Well, it's a good one, and we're going to get these engines fired up here for the NOFSRL versus NRLOA battle for 2017. Let's go ahead and fire the engines for this event here at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway.
Drivers, start your engines!
And a great command there to fire these guys up. And these two teams are ready to battle here for a second straight year. Who's it gonna be here for the NOFSRL versus NRLOA battle? We're gonna find out in 42 laps. 200 kilometers here today. Here is the top 10. All of the car numbers from 0 to 21 are Team NRLOA. Car numbers 22 through 99 are Team NOFSRL. Griffin Lynn for Team NRLOA on the pole in the number 11. Alongside him, it's Davey Johnson in the 14, also for Team NRLOA. At the number 24 car, Team NOFSRL with Patrick Smith, and the number 4, Trey Bartow, one of the winningest drivers on NAFAFan, one of the best drivers for Team NRLOA. Row number 3 sees the number 6 car driven by Julio Caesar, and defending winner of this race, Cameron Garlington. We got the 39 car, Team NOFSRL, that is driven by Zachary Fitzwater, and the 25 car driven by Jay Jefferson. The number 9, Herjo Larvin Alonso, alongside the 40 of Keegan Thompson. Top 10 starting lineup here for the NOFSRL versus NRLOA battle for 2017. Let's check in on our in-race reporter, Caleb Hoffman, returning from retirement here tonight to join Team NRLOA. How are you going to tackle this race here tonight?
I'm gonna take a similar approach to how I've always raced here. Be aggressive and don't mess up pit entry. That's always how I do it, and it's exciting to be here representing Team NRLOA.
Yes, and it's great to have you back for this race. An 18-time winner on NAFAFan. Definitely one of the legends here in the NRLOA, and great to see him in this race. It's going to be a very interesting race. Got a lot of veterans and a lot of rookies. That's how each of these races are. And Marty, you got a lot of those over on the NOFSRL side. How do you think your team's going to handle the mix of veterans and rookies?
Well, regardless of the rookies, I talked with Evan Hunter. Let's see who else. Christian Parker, Eric Monaco. Before the race today, they're looking into a great battle with the veterans, and I think it happened here in this race, especially at Coca-Cola Superspeedway.
Anything can happen. Anything will happen. The pace car has pulled off. Griffin Lynn, Davey Johnson for Team NRLOA will lead the field of the green flag. We're green flag racing at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway. Lap number 1 will be led by NOFSRL driver Patrick Smith. And you see the aggression by all these drivers early on. Here's the number 19, Ace Garcia, going 3 wide per second.
You got to use the low line here at this track. Low line will make you go a lot faster, get passes. And I already see one car up in the wall.
Number 40 of Keegan Thompson. Got some other guys back in the wall back in here as well. And this is the thing about the night version of the Coca-Cola Superspeedway. A very slick racetrack, and you see these guys. Number 6, that car driven by Julio Caesar. He started up front. He's already at the end of the field because of the outside wall. We're going to see a lot of this here tonight. And seeing it right there once again. I believe that was the 19 of Ace Garcia hitting the outside wall. Lap number 2 will be led by Patrick Smith in the 24.
I'm seeing some 4-wide racing going on here for that top 5 spot. The 23, the 16. I believe that's the 97 as well.
In the wall, the number 9, that car driven by Herjo Arvin Alonso. And we see this in the NRLOA big one a lot too. In the main event, when we race here at night, they just hit that outside wall, and it's almost like an elimination race. They continue to do that throughout the whole race, and then near the end, only a few drivers left for the victory. Patrick Smith has led every lap so far, but do not expect him to lead every lap here tonight. This is super speedway, passing very frequent for the lead when we come to a place like this. That's a crazy situation there.
Oh, Jeff. Oh, man, the 5 of Hoffman way loose in the back of the pack.
Yes, and Cameron Hoffman, just talked to him before this race. Looks like he has fallen back in the number 5. You see the 51 back in here of Tristan Allen. He's a very experienced driver in the NRLOA as well, but he's driving for Team NOFSRL here tonight.
Yes, I think what some of these drivers are doing, they may be going up into the wall. If they don't have that much damage, they may be trying to play it safe, because guarantee you this, at a super speedway like Coca-Cola, the big one will definitely happen, and some of these drivers may be playing it safe from the back to the front in the last few laps.
Yeah, and the big one could easily be caused by those guys hitting that outside wall. Number 18, Nathan Stapleton, trying to hold on to the lead, not able to do so. Here comes the 78 of Keyshawn Richardson.
Watch out!
Contact back in there. They're really loose, and some guys coming down. Colin with the report.
Yeah, guys, we just saw those cars get into the wall, and it looks like there's a bit of damage on some of these guys. We got the number 42 coming down pit road. Some front-end damage right there, as well as the 20. Guys on both sides, both teams. Looks like they got some damage early here, and it doesn't look like we've hit caution yet. They were able to save it, but definitely concerning to have that damage on a super speedway right now.
Yes, you had Griffin Lynn coming down, the number 6 of Julio Caesars down the pit lane, the 89 of Christian Parker, Stuart Gratton in the 20, and the 42 car of Fisher G. That's the 33 of Alexander Russell as well. So a lot happening there. More guys coming down. There's the 24 of Patrick Smith, and I'm wondering if these guys are trying to come down early to avoid a big one happening. 24 Patrick Smith, the 25 of Jay Jefferson, 21 of Andrew Miller, an NRLOA driver, Alonzo, and defending champion Cameron Garlington. So this whole field is split up like crazy now. The leader is the 00 of Daniel McMillan.
And now these drivers will have lap traffic to deal with, especially the 14 and the 88. I do not see those guys up in the top 10. So they easily came down pit road. We'll have to see what happens if they'll be slow, if the leaders will get slowed down by one of those drivers in the second pack.
Yeah, we got Davey Johnson, the 88 of Eric Monaco, and these guys that came off the pit lane, Stuart Gratton and Julio Caesar. Anyways, for the lead, the number 40 is Keegan Thompson taking the lead from the 00 of Daniel McMillan. You see the 78 down low there in this that Chevy Camaro. It's Keyshawn Richardson still in the lead pack. William Brock in the number 3 moving his way up. The inside of the 07 of Ethan Thames. To the point. Right now, the leader is the number 40, Josephi Krakowski in the 01. His first ever start here on Napa Fan, one of the development drivers to Al Legacy. Stuck in the outside, and here comes William Brock in the 3 for Team NRLOA. And around!
The zeros around!
Number 0, Alex Tanker. And more carnage back in the pack, 98 of Michael Canto. A lot of guys aborting to the pit lane to avoid this one. And I believe the yellow flag will fly. Yes, it will.
Did you see the save the zero made? Oh my goodness, he's very lucky he did not hit that divider.
Very fortunate crash for a lot of those drivers. The number 40 car of Keegan Thompson will win the race back to the line with the 3 of William Brock, the 17 of Keyshawn Richardson, excuse me there. The 01 of Josephi Krakowski and the 52 car of Alexander Rowe. Now, Alexander Rowe is the points leader after Bristol in the Napa Truck Series, so he's a very good driver, very consistent driver. No surprise to see him running in the 5th position. Well, we had our crash, our first caution of the night here at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the first caution here in the NOFSRL versus NRLOA Battle 2017. And this is why we are under caution. Alex Tanker for Team NRLOA, overshooting turn 4, and we've seen a lot of this here tonight. The 98 car of Michael Canto sliding up into him, and around he win. Now this could have been a lot worse. You see that pit road wall right there? They could have hit it head on, but fortunately no one did. Great
What a
save
three,
there by the number
yeah.
0 of Alex Tanker. And you see these guys aboarding to the pit lane here. The number 4 of Trey Bartow and the 99 car driven by Evan Hunter. Both on opposite teams right there. And Michael Canto hitting the inside wall. So the 01 around. The 99 car and the 4 going to the pit lane. Minor incident. Let's go ahead and replay it in real time.
Alright, let's take a look at this. Watch the 0. So he's stuck on the high side. You see the 6 car on the wall as well. See the 0 goes up in the wall, and then he just got low into the 98 trying to avoid the 9. Well, trying to avoid the 0, I'm sorry. But my goodness, how the 0 did the 360, I am not too sure. That man gets my good hands of the day award.
Yes, and Alex Tanker for Team NRLOA, keeping his car in the race, and every team needs as many cars as possible in this event. Let's go ahead, get to the restart here at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway. Our leader is NOFSRL driver Keegan Thompson in the number 40. So we are not ready for the restart quite yet. These drivers are going to come down the pit lane. And these are the guys who did not make stops. So, got Keegan Thompson, the number 3 car of William Broxy. Some guys staying out. They might be a lap down. Colin's going to give us the update on these guys coming down the pit lane.
A lot of guys coming down right now. It's still a split strategy, though. We saw guys come down earlier, and it turns out that might have been what was necessary for them to get back out. In the front, it seems that they're not going to lap down, although I might be incorrect on that. Keegan Thompson is coming down. He's the one that will lead them down, as he was leading at the front of this one. But we're going to see how they work right here. Our in-race reporter, Caleb Hoffman, said he was really, really loose, and that is why we saw him hit the wall earlier in turn number 4, as we see some of these guys coming off already. Doesn't seem like tires are much of a necessity right now. It's just a matter of getting some fuel, and Keegan Thompson will be able to get back out in front off this pit stop.
Yes, Keegan Thompson, an NOFSRL driver. Marty had something to say about him. And we'll have to wait on that. So Keegan Thompson winning the race off the pit lane. Number 78 car driven by Keyshawn Richardson. William Brock, the highest NRLOA driver. Josephi Krakowski in the 01 is 4th off the pit lane. And then it's the 52 car of Alexander Rowe. So 2 NRLOA guys and 3 NOFSRL guys in the top 5. They're going to be starting with all these lap cars on the tail end of the lead lap here. And it's going to make for a very interesting restart. Let's go ahead and see what happens when we restart here in the NOFSRL versus NRLOA battle for 2017. Back here at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway, and a major development here is Keyshawn Richardson in the 78 for Team NOFSRL blowing an engine. And, you know, I know Caleb saw this, and all y'all saw this yesterday with the Thanksgiving 500 and Nicholas Amadeo blowing up right at the line. Well, a little too early for the 78 here, and he is probably going to get knocked out. That's a huge blow to Team NOFSRL as one of their drivers running in the top 5. Another interesting thing here, Isaac Nichols and Trey Bartow are ahead of the number 40. I believe they were 2 guys who aborted to the pit lane when that accident occurred. So they stayed out, and they remained on the lead lap. So the 16 and the 4 ahead of the number 40. Now William Brock will be in the 4th position, and Josephi Krakowski in the 01 rounding out the top 5. Let's finally get to the restart here at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway. And we're finally back and ready to go for the restart, but first we're going to go ahead and check in with our in-race reporter, Caleb Hoffman. You said your car was really loose and you barely avoided that crash. How's your heart rate right now?
I think in the 170s right now. I mean, it's crazy inside this car, especially after, hanging up the helmet after a few months.
Yes, and in a while since you've raced, and coming to a super speedway like this must be something else to make your return. Just a quick question: do you have any plans on returning to any more races after this one?
Let's just say I'm in talks with T-Motors right now.
Very interesting there with Caleb Hoffman. So it is the number 16, the leader. We got actually 4 guys on the tail end of the lead lap here. That is Alexander Russell, the 42 car of Fisher G, the 24. That's Patrick Smith, and the 8 of Noah Clifton. Those top 3 guys there, they're Team NOFSRL drivers, and Noah Clifton, Team NRLOA driver, but the leader is Isaac Nichols in the 16, followed by Trey Bartow, the number 40 of Keegan Thompson, William Brock, Josephi Krakowski, the 52 of Alexander Rowe, Daniel McMillan, Nathan Stapleton, the 23 of Zach Ryan, the 28 of Kenny Stremme, and it looks like got a little bit of a mess back in here. Caleb Hoffman is coming down the pit lane. So not entirely sure what the issue is there. We're coming back to the restart. And the number 16 will lead the field back to racing here at Coca-Cola. Trying to dive to the inside of these lap cars, and they are definitely in the way right now. As you see them go 3 wide for the lead there with those lap cars. 2 is outside. He wants to get around all these guys so he has a clear racetrack, and so he can possibly put these guys behind the lap traffic so he can pull away. But that's a tough thing to do here at a super speedway like this one. Here comes William Brock. That is a 4 wide move for the lead to the inside of Nichols and the number 40 of Thompson. Here comes the 52 car. We got some cars in the outside wall. Might want to watch for this. Trey Bartow and Noah Clifton. And now the 89 of Christian Parker aborting to the pit lane. I believe he is a lap down. Caleb Hoffman coming back out into the pit lane. Colin, what's the word on the number 5?
Well, it sounds like there was a sudden vibration in the race car. Even though he was going a bit slow under the pace laps, it seems like something just seemed to break. It might have had something to do with the axle rather than the wheel, but I'm still getting more with the team to see if that is actually the case.
Yes, an unfortunate one there for Caleb Hoffman, I believe. He stayed on the lead lap, however, so if we get a caution, he'll still be in contention for the victory. Nathan Stapleton, here comes the 07. Ethan Thames to the inside of McMillan and Stapleton. The highest NOFSRL driver, the 44 car, that is driven by Eli Bright. Number 19's up here as well. I believe he's a lap down. To see as they cross the line there. And he is on the lead lap. Number 19 of Ace Garcia with a good run here tonight. 25 car of Jay Jefferson also in the top 10. So the 07 to the inside of Stapleton. That is Ethan Thames for Team NRLOA, but here comes Team NOFSRL and the number 44, and it's looking a lot like the end of last year's race. A lot of the NRLOA guys able to stay in the race, and the NOFSRL guys seem to be having some issues with the longevity of their race cars, and what I mean by that is they keep on hitting that outside wall. I see a lot of NRLOA guys up front in this race, and the better these NRLOA guys do, the more likely it is for them to win. And around 98, back in there, Michael Canto again. And this time, it's not going to end as pretty as it did the last. That is going to be the end of the line for Michael Canto in tonight's event. And the 33 car of Alexander Russell also torn up. And a disaster for Team NOFSRL. The 23 car involved with Zach Ryan, the 97 of Brad Stover. All 4 of those drivers, Team NOFSRL drivers. Caution is out, but they are racing back to the line. So the number 19 of Ace Garcia, Josephi Krakowski, and the 01, his first ever start on NAPAFan. And it looks like he is going to take the lead lap 15. Hopefully everybody will avoid a crash again, and they will at the line. The 01 is going to lead it, lap 15.
Okay, I am back. I'm sorry about that.
And Marty missed the Michael Canto incident, the second one of the race, and like I said, a very, very devastating blow to Team NOFSRL. See the 97 of Brad Stower with damage, the 23 of Zach Ryan also was caught up in the accident, and Michael Canto with the worst damage as our second caution comes out. Joseph I. Krakowski in the 0-1 leading the field. Let's see what happened to bring out the second caution of the night here at Coca-Cola.
So you see Cantor's on the high side. His car is very tight right now, especially from that first accident he was involved in. He gets up into the wall, and then watch, I believe it's the 23. That is Zach Ryan, also from Team NOFSRL. They make contact. That is not what Marty wants to see. And they're going to go, oh, this is going to be like, look at the wheels off the ground, even with no roof flaps. Into the inside wall. Canto is head on. Ryan, left front. Ooh, that's a lick. Luckily, Ryan can continue to drive that race car. Where does Alexander Russell get in the midst of? Does he hit the 98? Oh my goodness. He got some contact with that. You saw the 98 as well. Hit that divider.
Tough break there for Michael Canto. Second crash of the night. That's going to be his last. He's not going to be able to continue after that one. So Michael Canto into the outside wall here, and we saw this earlier on tonight. And the 23 spinning him around, and a very violent impact there when you play it in real time. 23 avoided the pit road wall, but the 98 did not. And the end of the line for Michael Canto in this one. We're saying how Caleb Hoffman would be back in this thing if a caution were to come out. Well, he's back on the lead lap. And does appear that number 5 might be good to go. So just going to have to see what happens. Joseph I. Krakowski will lead the field to the green flag, only unless we have pit stops. If we do, you'll see those. If not, it'll be the restart here in the NOFSRL versus NRLOA Battle 2017. We are back, and back for more pit stops. The number 01, Joseph I. Krakowski coming down as the leader, with Ace Garcia, Ethan Thames, Keegan Thompson, and the 52 of Alexander Rowe. Take it away, Colin.
Well, we see a big crowd coming down again. There's a lot of cars staying out, but there happens to be several cars that are at least one lap down. So that's what you're probably seeing right about now. But at the moment, NRLOA is feeling confident in their positions. Obviously, a super speedway is not going to be good. As we see contact right there between Christian Parker and Justin Zeidel. That is two FSRL drivers, and they're even having more contact between each other. It's going to be crucial that they stay off of each other based on this point system and having all the places up front. And at the moment, it's not going well for them, but it is going well for NRLOA. They're going to take some tires this time around. Did not see that last time, and hopefully get even further ahead. I think I saw Trey Bartow with some front-end damage on the front of his car. Might have made some additional contact, still up on the jack stand, observing what might have just happened right there.
Could be the end of the day for Trey Bartow, and tough one for one of the more experienced guys on Team NRLOA. Joseph I. Krakowski wins the race off the pit lane, and I do believe he will be the leader. Not sure if any of these guys here are on the lead lap, but we're going to find out when we restart here at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway. Back here at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway, the Season 6 Chick-fil-A Cup Series champion in the NRLOA and the NRLOA president, Elijah Gordon, has decided to stay out. So he is going to lead the field of the green flag on this second restart of the night. Joseph I. Krakowski, Ace Garcia, Daniel McMillan, all for Team NRLOA, the highest NOFSRL driver, 28 of Kenny Stremme. And like we said, Caleb Hoffman, all he needed was a caution. Well, he got it. You glad you got it, man?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely glad that we got it. We're back in the race now. We made necessary adjustments. We have tires, we have fuel, and everything's looking good for this number 5.
13th coming to the restart, and it's looking good for Team NRLOA as well, but you still got some spoilers from Team NOFSRL. 99's up here. Evan Hunter running in the 7th position. Angie Brown, haven't even mentioned her all night. She's 8th. The 25 car of Jay Jefferson's in the top 10. Then just outside the top 10, Keegan Thompson. The 52 car, that's driven by Alexander Rowe, and the 89 of Christian Parker has found his way back on the lead lap. The 51 of Tristan Allen on the lead lap as well.
I would like to mention I'd like to mention with Elijah Gordon as well. He is the race leader. He's also the king of super speedways in the NOFSRL, sweeping Daytona in the DirecTV Fall Series.
Yes, he is a very good driver. But, you know, Tristan Allen's the other super speedway master. He's a super speedway master on the NRLOA side. So, we're gonna have to see. And, you know, the interesting thing is they're on the opposite leagues in this race. So we're mixing this up very well. Elijah Gordon, great jump at the start. But really hard to pull away at a super speedway like this. 2 laps from now, we'll be halfway through the NOFSRL versus NRLOA battle for 2017.
All right, you see the 28 trying to make a move on the 00 for third.
That is the 28 of Kenny Stremme. And he's made a couple starts on Napa Fan, I should say, and a couple special events, and he's done pretty well. Finished third in the Fall Harvest 500. Can't quite remember where he finished yesterday in the Thanksgiving 500, but I know he was running up front at some point throughout that race. Here comes Daniel McMillan to the inside. And Daniel McMillan was the guy who was right behind Nicholas Samedillo when Samedillo blew up coming to the finish. If Samedillo blew up just a little bit earlier, McMillan could have been the defending winner of that race yesterday, but unfortunately that was not the case. And if you haven't seen that race yet, I definitely recommend you go watch it. A very, very exciting finish there. Or actually right here, I should say, at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway yesterday in the Thanksgiving 500. NOFSRL to the point with Kenny Stremme. Elijah Gordon on the inside.
Trying to pull up that 22.
Fourth.
She'll stay back. Let's see what the 16 can do. Isaac Nichols.
Coming to the halfway point of the race. Kenny Stremme. Elijah Gordon down to the inside. Gordon did not come down the pit lane last time by, but here he is rallying his way back to
and he's coming in.
And Colin has a report on Elijah Gordon.
Sounds like something might have gone wrong on this number 2 car. He was reporting a loose wheel. So it sounds like on that last pit stop, they didn't get on the lug nuts tight. It doesn't sound like they even reported it on the pit crew. There might be some additional things they need to talk about after the race today.
Elijah Gordon did not come down last time by, so I'm wondering if that is scheduled as well. But staying out that long, he might have had that problem with the loose wheels. So the 01 now, Josephi Krakowski to the inside of the 00 of Daniel McMillan. All the drivers have a 0 in front of their number. Well, they're all in the top 3 right now. Krakowski to the point in the 01. Here comes Keegan Thompson. And that number 40.
Watch out! Holy cow, that 52 for a moment. Alexander Rowe, nice save by him, hitting the wall off turn 4.
Off at turn 4.
He's ahead of you.
Treacherous here tonight. You see all this 4 wide. Be surprised if we ended up with another crash in this event.
Top 5 right now, all NRLOA drivers.
Yes, the NRLOA looking very strong right now. Keegan Thompson has been the guy for Team NOFSRL tonight. That 40 has been the dominant guy of this race, and that number 3 of William Brock almost got into him. That could have been very bad, but fortunately it wasn't. Here comes the 20 of Stuart Gratton.
And we could go 4 wide off turn 4 here.
Oh,
yeah, watch out! 52
Great
and the
saves by
99
these
once
guys.
again.
Look at how low they are.
Look at that
driving
25. That 25 may have got
Jefferson
below the 8
almost
track.
in the wall. And these guys are very aggressive deep in the field. And we got Caleb Hoffman back in here. We get back to him in this one. He might have some very interesting stories to tell. But back to the front, it is still the 00 of Daniel McMillan. Stuart Gratton a lap down in the 20, so kind of play a little bit of a pick here to these NOFSRL guys. I mean, if there are any, look at this. You got the
And if you look ahead, by the way, Alex, you'll see the number 2 of Elijah Gordon, who's just turned 4. He'll catch up, and he's at full speed right now, so he could even affect this race as lap traffic.
Elijah Gordon on the tail end of the lead lap right now as his teammates are coming. The 0-1, the 0-0, Krakowski taking the lead back from McMillan. Elijah Gordon now going a lap down. That strategy of staying out might not have been a good one for that number 2 team.
He's going to need some help to get back in the... And he's going to need an immediate caution. If we get the next caution, he's going to want an immediate caution after that.
Well, he's already a lap down, so even if the caution were to come out, he'd still be a lap down. There is no free pass. You got to be ahead of the leaders to get your lap back. So Elijah Gordon, or unless he gets out to the front of these guys and the caution comes out, it looks like his chances of winning might be done.
Here comes that 07 as well, trying to tuck underneath the 2 for a moment. Close calls there for a moment. That's Ethan Thames, is that how you pronounce it?
Ethan Thames in the 07. Christian Parker, Keegan Thompson, and Zachary Fitzwater for Team NOFSRL. You also got the 88 here of Eric Monaco. I don't know if he's on the lead lap, and I do not believe he is. Only 20 drivers are on the lead lap as the number 3 of William Brock at the outside wall. And yes, the 88 is in fact a lap down in that machine. So Krakowski still out front in the 0-1. Daniel McMillan holding on the second. And Gratton's a lap down in the 20, so kind of getting in the way of his teammates here for the lead.
That was one of the race leaders, the 89. He hits the wall once again.
McMillan back to the point as he takes it away from Krakowski. Lap 26 of 42 complete. So, Marty, this is closing in fast, and Team NOFSRL are deep in the field. Do you think these guys are going to work together and get to the front, or are they all in it for themselves at this point?
They want to work together.
They've had a lot of issues.
They want to work together and play it safe. You know, the 88's 1 lap down. He wants to help those lead lap drivers and try and gain up to as many positions as they can, because we have a new scoring format for this season. Last year, we did it like golf. Whichever position you would finish in was how many points you got in. Now we're doing it the opposite way. So if you get first, you get 40 points, second 39, third 38, and so on until 40th gets 1.
Whoever gets the most points, whichever team has the most points at the end of the race, will win the battle for 2017.
I noticed as well. Look at the 18. He is off the pace. He's gone off the first pack. He's back to that second pack, and we were just talking about him.
Nathan Stapleton, I believe he is still on the lead lap, and he is, and something might have happened. He might have hit the outside wall, possibly. It might have been why he was off the pace, and my goodness, almost spinning the 24 of Patrick Smith off at turn number 2.
That was dangerous. 4 wide, look at that!
Not able to get it to stick. That's the 88 trying to open a hole for his teammate, Keegan Thompson. But it's been all the NRLOA guys the past few laps here. But these NOFSRL guys are starting the close in. Keegan Thompson and Zachary Fitzwater. Now, here's an interesting scenario. With all the struggles that Team NOFSRL has had in this race, it's possible that one of their drivers could win the battle as an individual winner, but NRLOA still gets the team win. It's very possible we could end up with a situation like that. The way this is looking, Keegan Thompson has been a very dominant guy so far in this race, and he might get a chance at possibly winning this race, even though the team might not get it. But it's still 14 laps to go here at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway. And Daniel McMillan in the 0-0 has been a very dominant guy so far tonight.
Yes, and I believe as well we do have a report from Colin Denton down on pit road.
Take it away.
And here we go. We are seeing some green flag pit stops. This is the pack that came in on that last caution. No yellow flag before. That car is coming in really fast. 25 is a part of that one. That is Jay Jefferson. Wondering if we're going to see some speeding penalties for entering too fast. And not everyone came down this time around, but 16 of Isaac Nichols, one of those drivers, seeing what he can do. And they're going to put on 4 fresh tires, or excuse me, they're going to call an audible 2 right sides only. And that looks like it might be what everyone else calls as well. Tires not necessarily a necessity on these super speedways. It's all about staying in the draft and getting as much fuel as you can to get to the end of this race, which is possible that they will be able to make it to the end now as we are hitting 13 going into 12 laps to go. We believe we might see a second pack, and here we go. This is the 00. Daniel McMillan. He led the last lap. Now that's passed over to Joseph E. Kukowski. McMillan is going to come down, and it looks like he's going to take left side tires only. I believe we saw these guys taking tires on the last pit stop. They're probably going to take the opposite of what they decide to go with on the last stop, and they're going to see if they can stay in the pack that they had before. But green flag pit stops are definitely something that can cause the pack to unfold, possibly get back grouped up based on how much draft help they have. But if a big pack forms in the front, it is going to be very difficult for anyone else that falls off to get back up there.
Thank you, Colin, for that report on the pit lane. It should be the last set of pit stops in this race. We're going to head back to Colin for one last pit stop here, and our leader, Joseph I. Krakowski.
And he was the one that stayed out. He had a little bit of draft help from the rest of the guys that might have still had some time to come down. We see another car coming down. I believe that might be Nathan Stapleton. Stapleton is coming down as well, and we saw him starting to fade away from the backpack from the back of this first pack. He has some left side damage on his race car. I'm uncertain where that came from. Oh, and it looks like he might have dropped out of the race.
He has. Nathan Stapleton has dropped out, so that's a little bit of a blow there to Team NRLOA right there. But thank you, Colin, very much for those reports on the pit lane. Should be the last cycle of the night. If we get another caution, they could come back down. But I think that's going to be it. And guess who the leader is? Isaac Nichols, able to get around everybody. Here's Joseph I. Krakowski, and he's going to fall back a little bit in the 01. McMillan still with a chance, but they have spread out in those top two positions.
Watch out close to here, especially if you get up to this lower part of the lap traffic. Especially what if the 16, oh, look at that for a moment, 4 wide. But going back to the 16, if he gets slowed down in the turns by one of those lap cars that have damage, and they're still in the low line, it could change everything.
It can. This is far from over, but looks like the Team NRLOA guys have it down pretty good, at least in the top 4. You have the number 16 of Isaac Nichols. And we'll all cycle through here on the leaderboard with 10 laps to go. Nichols is the leader, followed by Daniel McMillan. Third place is Ace Garcia, then Ethan Thames in the 07. The number 40 of Keegan Thompson is 5th. These other 3 guys, Stuart Gretton, Cameron Garlington, and the 42 of Fisher G, all a lap down. Here's one guy I don't think we even mentioned tonight.
Victoria Hamill.
Victoria Hamill in the number 7. And she's up to 6th. 01 of Joseph I. Krakowski. And then the number 2 of Elijah Gordon. I'm wondering if he's going to have to come down for another stop.
He will have to, because he's like, I'm pretty sure if I'm correct, 2 laps behind the leaders, maybe even 3.
Yeah, so Elijah Gordon there in 8th right now. 7 of the top 10 are Team NRLOA drivers, and 2 of them have pulled away from the rest of the field in Daniel McMillan and Isaac Nichols. Both of these drivers are pretty good drivers. They were both battling for Rookie of the Year honors in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series season number 6. The 00 won the Rookie of the Year, and he'll be driving the number 75 Hers Dodge for NRLOA Motorsports next season. But right now, Daniel McMillan showing what he's worth in that 00. He has been dominant here tonight, and he's looking to get a win here for Team NRLOA. For Fitzwater and for the 88 of Eric Monaco, they're both a lap down for Team NOFSRL. But Keegan Thompson looking to play spoiler to the NRLOA party here. He's the only NRLOA driver in the top 7, and possibly the only NRLOA driver with a chance at winning this race. Got this pack here. They could close in on our 2 leaders. We're just going to have to see if they can do so. And if these 2 leaders continue to pass for the lead as frequently as they have been, and it's very possible this second pack could close in. We're just going to have to monitor that. But right now, it's a battle between Isaac Nichols and Daniel McMillan.
Let's see what that 39 of Zachary Fitzwater can figure out. He's on the Team NOFSRL side. He could try and spoil this battle, and if he does, it could help out that 40 of Keegan Thompson out.
Just going to have to see. If I'm Zachary Fitzwater, I want to split away from this pack and not help them, because The more cars you have in a draft, the faster you're going to go. And that 39 is basically helping this 16 in this 00 because he's right behind him and pushing them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
About a tenth of a second gain from the second pack to the first one. At that rate, they will not close in time.
And we were correct about Elijah Gordon. I just saw him on the bottom of your screen coming out of pit road.
Elijah Gordon going to end up a lap down, I do believe, in the number 2. So it's been a disappointing night for Team NOFSRL yet again. This time, they didn't even seem to have a chance. A lot of early crashes knocking out a lot of their drivers, especially the second one, where all 4 of the drivers involved were for the team. Now, this pack back in here, if they're going to have a chance, they're going to have to remain single file.
And as well, they're going to have to call for a caution probably right now, because if we get to the next lap, that means we'll have no more cautions.
Yes. We're closing in on that little window where if a caution were to come out, we'd be done. 4-lap caution each time the caution flies here at Coca-Cola, and we got 5 laps to go right now, so it'd have to come out right now. And I don't think it's going to. It looks like they're pretty spread out throughout the field here. Wasn't like it was earlier on in this race, and things have calmed down, so basically it's a battle between Nichols and McMillan, and I believe we're going to get a good one here. Now, Isaac Nichols in the Aero Electric Pro Series back in March came this close to winning here at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway, but lost it to the guy who won yesterday, Nicholas Samadillo. I think he wants a little bit of redemption from that loss that happened, and
look at this, Fitzwater though.
Party.
This is going to be very interesting.
Fitzwater, a lap down car for Team NOFSRL. Getting in the way of these leaders, but once you get just 3 cars in a pack like this, it gets a lot harder to pass. And don't look now, Josephi Krakowski and Ace Garcia are looking to close in, and they seem to be going pretty fast. They have closed in significantly the past few laps. I just don't know if it's going to be enough. Daniel McMillan still out front in the 00 with Isaac Nichols right behind him.
Before to go at the line here, 12 miles left.
And these miles will close in very fast. Nichols trying to get it to stick to the inside of McMillan. A good battle for the lead. It looks like Nichols is going to take it away from the 00. And the more these guys pass for the lead, the faster these guys are going to close in.
Look at the gap, by the way. Last lap it was 2.09. Now they've gained a half second.
They have. Josephi Krakowski in the 01, his first ever start. Will he win in his first ever start here tonight? Ace Garcia is one of those guys who definitely wants a win as well. We're just going to have to see. And Zachary Fitzwater here, going to the inside of McMillan. McMillan got back to the inside of Nichols.
But then look at this. The 00 and the 16 are drafting with each other. Unless... Wow, that's interesting.
You know, I think for Team NRLOA, I think they've realized that this is one, because if you look at the top 5, it's all Team NRLOA, and then it's 7 of the top 10. So I think these 2 guys realize they can race it out for the win, but they're going to...
I should have done one, though.
Josephi Krakowski for second on Isaac Nichols. They're 3 wide for second, as the 00 is all by himself now. And here we go. Ace Garcia, the 07 with a chance at victory in this one. Ethan Thames.
Look at this, 4 wide in turn number 3. Wow.
They're going to send Fitzwater into the outside wall, taking care of him with 2 laps to go. Daniel McMillan in the 00 will lead it.
Now, the question is, will he be too far ahead with 2 laps to go? Because the battle for second on between Garcia.
The only guys that can beat him here are the Team NRLOA guys, because Keegan
Here comes
Thompson
the 40, though. Well, 42, excuse me.
In the field.
Watch out, Fisher Gee. Oh, yeah, that's right, that's right.
A lot of these lap cars in the way. Hoffman coming off the pit lane. 1.5 laps to go for Daniel McMillan. Ace Garcia in the second position.
And Hoffman will be a good gentleman, let his drivers go by.
I think we're going to have a good battle at the line. Will they blow up at the line like they did yesterday? You never know when you come to a place like this. Daniel McMillan coming off of turn number 4. White flag in the flagman's hands. Who's going to win here at Coca-Cola?
1 lap to go, brought to you by Credit One Bank.
Ace Garcia in the 19, trying to win his first career Napa fan race. He's to the inside with help from Fisher G.
Woo!
He's a lap
The 42
down
trying to make it
42.
interesting.
Side by side on the final lap of racing.
Now
Will
what does the 89 do?
Ace Garcia finally get it done? He has the help, now he doesn't. And the 00 drafting that outside lane with the 89, but Garcia
he can't cut down low. He can't cut down low here. Here comes the 20. Here comes the 20 Stuart Grand. Look at this. Oh my gosh.
Down in the 20, will he
Bob, get the camera.
Oh
my gosh.
Ace Garcia.
Oh my gosh.
Coming to the line. Ace Garcia.
Is he gonna get it? No, Dad.
Here at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway.
Wait.
And he
Get it.
wins the NOFSRL versus NRLOA battle for 2017, the individual winner for Team NRLOA. It's his only lap led all race long.
Wow, I forgot the 20 was a lap down, by the way. I got too excited for nothing.
Stuart was a lap down there, but he almost gave it to Joseph Krakowski. Not enough for the 01. And the number 19 of Ace Garcia. You finally got that win, man. You finally got it. I hope you're proud. Team NRLOA, most likely the winners of this event. Of course, we will go ahead and calculate it for you guys before the end of the video so you guys officially know. But Team NRLOA, the individual winner with Ace Garcia in the number 19. A great race here tonight at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway. There are the official standings of the race now. You have a lot of NOFSRL guys kind of from 7th to 11th there, so we'll figure this out. It's not official that Team NRLOA has won, but it's a pretty good chance that they did, considering that 4 of the top 5 were Team NRLOA drivers. So we'll figure that out. Alrighty, how about that finish with Ace Garcia getting this victory?
What a great finish. Actually, the 20, by the way, actually beat the 19 to the line, which I thought was interesting. The 01 tried to spoil the party there, but Ace Garcia definitely got it done. We'll just have to see what happens, but I believe if I am correct, Team NRLOA should have the victory.
Yes, take a look at the rest of the results right here, and you see those bottom 4 drivers, and that's definitely going to hurt Team NOFSRL. Justin Zidell, Zach Ryan, Michael Canto, and Keyshawn Richardson all getting knocked out in this race. And Nathan Stapleton, Trey Barto both were knocked out as well. The only 6 drivers who failed to finish, but only 18 guys finished on the lead lap in this race. So it was quite an eventful race, but still a very good one to the end, with Ace Garcia getting the victory. With Joseph Krakowski, Daniel McMillan, Ethan Thames, and Keegan Thompson, the top 5. So, hold tight, sit tight. We're going to get those points calculated for you, get the official tally to see who officially won the team battle here for the 2017 NOFSRL versus NRLOA battle here at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway. We're not done yet. I can't talk today. I don't know why. This happens every single time we do a big race. I always screw it all up at the end. We're not done yet. Let's go ahead and see who the team winner is for 2017. And here is the official tally after the race. Team NRLOA with the advantage, 440 points, with Team NOFSRL with 381. And a very good, very interesting race near the end there, especially for the Team NRLOA guys, but unfortunately for the other team, they did not fare as well. Tough break for you guys, but will you come back next year very strong?
Hopefully we will. You know, 2 in a row sucked, but I think we will be back with it again.
I definitely think you guys will be. Next year, this same exact time, you can watch this same exact event. Not sure how it's going to be next year, but it's still going to happen. Guarantee you that. Very fun event, and I'd like to thank Marty, Colin, and Caleb for letting me do this for you guys, and I'd like to thank them for joining me for tonight's event. Thank you guys very much for all of the things you added to this very nice event, and I hope we can do this sometime soon.
You know it, buddy. You know it.
So congratulations to Ace Garcia, the winner here tonight in the NOFSRL versus NRLOA battle for 2017. And congratulations to Team NRLOA once again, the winner for 2017, defeating Team NOFSRL for the second time. The next race here on Napa Fan is going to be the ARCA Racing Series presented by Krispy Kreme from Kentucky. That's going to be Tuesday. And the Truck Series will return next week from Chicagoland. And in the NOFSRL, what do we have over there?
We have tonight, as we are recording, so technically you guys saw this last week, doing the DirecTV Fall Series race from Chicagoland, the cutoff race in the round of 12 next Friday, if I am correct. I want to say it is the first race in... No, it's the final... It's not the final race. The penultimate race at Orlando, so which is technically tonight. The Olive Garden 300, I believe it's called. And then tomorrow will be the championship race, the DirecTV 300 from Homestead Miami Speedway.
And don't forget to check that out if you're on my channel. Go subscribe to Marty, go subscribe to Colin as well, and Caleb. Leave all their links in the description for you guys. And definitely a lot coming up here in both the NRLOA and the NOFSRL. So thank you guys very much for watching, and that is it for me. So on behalf of Marty Johnson, Colin Denton, and Caleb Hoffman, thank you guys very much for watching once again, and I will see you guys later.
I will too.
Caleb Hoffman, like I said, he needed a caution. He's back in this thing. And Caleb Hoffman, glad you're back in this thing. That caution was definitely a good one for you. Oh, come on, man.
We're having technical difficulties. Please stand by. Dun 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 dun.
You're gonna have a lot to cut out.